What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another video on the channel. I know it's been a while and I've been very busy, but we are mainly back to daily recap videos for SPY, and we are back to being extremely active in the Discord. So if you are new, you don't know anything about this channel, what we do here, this is the perfect time to join the Discord because we are starting to have live daily trading in there, discussions, and everything you can imagine all about SPY. So again, if you are new, make sure to do that. But today, on 6/29/2023, we are taking a look at SPY and how I traded it today, as well as how we traded it in the Discord, and about other possible trades you could have taken today. All right, and everything about my strategy will all be in this video with all these setups. So we're going to go with a bar by bar recap to dissect every part, especially the morning session when I traded, and then later on a couple trades we saw later in the day. So let's get the show started. So at a pre-market, we originally dumped a little, and then we kind of reclaimed this area, creating a sort of support level that I marked with this 435.70 level. Could have put it somewhere right there. And we kind of bounced from that and started moving up. Now, a lot of these setups, the ones that I call the patient pot shots, they happen pretty early in the morning. So when there are less levels to play off of, these patient pot shot setups often turn out to be pretty well played out. Because when there are less setups on the chart, there are less setups, there are less areas on the chart that could be rejected off of or bounced off of. So that creates a clearer direction. In the morning, I love taking setups when there are less areas of possibility to reject or bounce. So when we created this level right here, we broke above it with this candle right here, with 262K volume. You can find the volume right here. This is the volume indicator on TradingView if you're new. Then we broke above it. We had the first candle come down, and then this second candle originally went down. So that's a 2-candle pullback. Right? It's not a 1-candle pullback. It's more than 1 candle. So this right here came to 436.16. This level right here, which is this high in pre-market, is 436.12. That's 4 cents from here to here. I take entries when it's within 5 cents of my line. So this right here was a perfect call entry. However, I was not able to get that fill, nor were a lot of people in the Discord because of the fact of how quick this went, and we just weren't adjusted that well in the morning. But again, this was a great trade, and if you were able to capitalize by using the patient pot shot, that would have been turned out as an amazing trade. As you can see, it went up very well. If you took it right here, okay, you would have wanted to scale some at this level right here at 436.38, simply because just 2 minutes ago, that was an area where we rejected off of. If we rejected off that level, you want to scale at that level at the next time when the price reaches that level. It's just simple, basic logic. We continue moving up here, and then we kind of reject right here with a pretty significant sort of double top. All right, we're moving down, and we kind of sort of form this downtrend. I usually don't play trends like this, especially when we have chop like this. We break above it again, all right, and this is where I take my next entry. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a quick line here for you guys to show you this. Okay, so we don't need some of these pre-market levels. I'm just going to move them. So why did I take this entry right here? The patient pot shot entry criteria are this. When price breaks above a level, we want that price to retest the previous level. If this is a resistance, we want it to be a support. And we want more volume on the candle that pushed us through than the candle that retested. This candle has 141K volume. This candle has 126. This candle had 58. One other thing you have to make sure is that it's not a one candle pullback. Now, if you take a close look at this was a one candle pullback. All right. We broke up, we came down, and the first candle touched the initial previous support. So this was a sort of lotto entry. Simply because of the fact that we continued down here again with the second candle, I did like the setup, so I did take it for the upside. And again, very nice patient potshot setup. All right. After this happened, we did start dumping, and somewhere right here, I alerted the group, and we all got stopped out. So that's just, the unfortunate reality of the market sometimes. We can be having a very clear positive move to the upside, and then suddenly the market does a full-on switcheroo, and we go down. So here we had some unnecessary chop, but it was there, and this is where I want to talk about my next possible entry. So this setup right here, if you took puts right here, we did not take this, but this is a very solid put entry for the Golden Snipe setup. Everything that I'm talking about, every single setup right here is in the PDF. If you want to get access to the PDF, join the Discord. We still have a couple left, and I will be doing a lot of free giveaways over the summer if we do get enough people who want them. So join the Discord and let me know. That's where we do all of that. So this right here, the way this setup works is when we move up in the first main rejection of the day, we play off that level. This area rejected right here at 436.96. We came down, and then we tried to move up above that level one more time right here, and we failed and came down. When that happens, that means that above this area, above this 436.96 level, we have a lot of sellers, meaning the likelihood of the price moving down off of that level is pretty high. This is a game of probabilities, not guesswork. And if your probability is high, your probability will translate into more consistent earnings over the long run. After a series of trials, after a series of trades, your trade will go in your direction. So right here, taking puts was a pretty solid choice. I did not take this. I did not, acknowledge the situation, nor did people in the Discord at the time. So we did not get into it. But the way it works is when you see the first red candle, which was this, or a sort of bullish sign, which is this doji candle, sort of, it would be a solid entry. The reason it's in yellow and not in green is because this is something you would want to take in a lotto position. Lotto means lottery, so you'd want to take it in a smaller position size. Probably, you want to cut a significant portion of the contracts down if you're taking this trade. And if you usually trade with only one contract, I'd say this is not a trade you want to take, just because you don't have lots of space to size down. So we did reject down. This would have been a very nice trade if you took puts right here. You want to scale some right here because we know that previous support can always turn into resistance. We had some support. Previous resistance turned into support. We'd had some support right here. So you'd want to make sure that you're not, you're doing the most wise decisions possible when you're scaling out. So we did start forming a sort of other trend right here. Whenever we're in this sort of chopping range like this, I'm not very interested in taking trend line trades because they're usually very wobbly and pretty inaccurate in terms of their outcomes, simply because a trend line is just a relative support or resistance level. And when we have a lot of in-between support and resistance levels, right, like right here, right here, right here, right here, this trend line kind of acts as more of a loose line because there are a lot of other lines kind of fighting for its place right here. somebody plays off this support, somebody plays off this resistance. This causes a imbalance in buying and selling, and all of that kind of results in the fact that the trend line doesn't serve a very good purpose. So again, that's why I didn't play puts right here or anything, but right here we did enter some puts. So this was a lotto again, and I decided to enter this because I thought there was a pretty, let me see, there was a clear amount of space right here, right? There was a good possibility that we kind of moved through this level where there wasn't that much, going on here. There was, the last time we ever revisited this area was kind of right here where we didn't have too much chop. So I was kind of considering, if we come down here, retest, we had a pretty solid move down here. That did not happen. Now, the market does not go in your favor sometimes, and that's okay. That's why you have to stop out when you're wrong. So we got in right here, and then we fairly soon we got stopped out somewhere on this candle. So probably like right here. We got stopped out right there. It was just way too fast of a candle, and you don't want to hold through that. But yeah, the reason it was a lotto again, thankfully we were positioned a little lighter on that. The reason it was a lotto is because this one candle right here, this red one, we only had one green candle for the pullback. So that's why we went lotto. All right, so right here is a clear example when you kind of want to be out of the market. Every other candle is green or red. There's massive wicks right here, wicks on the bottom, wicks on the top. There's no real solid momentum in the chart. You kind of want to stay out of it. I don't know why it just glitched out right there, but that was very strange. But yeah, so right here, nothing really going on. If you did want to, you could have played a couple of these sort of flag plays that I like to call, where we sort of have, you're playing off this resistance. There's nothing in between happening from this previous resistance right here, okay? So we kind of have nothing here, so you could have taken some puts right there, okay? But again, that's only, that's just only later on in the day when we weren't live. We were only really live up to this point right here around 11 o'clock. So this is the main portion of the video that I was supposed to discuss. But I do have a couple things I want to mention here as well, as we kind of chopped around. So this setup right here, the reason I have it as green is because this was a solid two-way street setup. This is everything in my PDF, all these setups. We sort of have this trend line happening right here with 1, 2, 3, sort of 4 bounces, and then we push down and we break it. And on the retest right here, you could have taken some puts and rode them down. Could have been a pretty solid trade, to be honest, and you would have probably made pretty good money on it. If you took it right here, your main target would be this support level, because that's just the previous area where we created probably the largest support. So you would scale some here, and then you could have probably left it all the way to this kind of major level right here at 437.29 that we, for the rest of your contract. So yeah, we did reject right off that level. This shouldn't come as any kind of surprise. We have a clear support right here and nothing happening here, and another, bounce right here. So you definitely would want to scale here if you took some puts right here. All right. So this right here was not a trade that I took, but it's just something that I wanted to mention. This was a pretty solid patient pot shot setup. We had a clear resistance level right over here with 1, 2, 3 levels of resistance. Now, why do I not put this here? I know this is more recent, but this level right here showed to be more effective more times. We had this rejection with quite a bit of candles, and another rejection right here, right before this kind of pop. So this pop kind of serves as a little outlier for me. I don't pay it as much attention to it as I do with these levels right here, which is why calls right here would be pretty solid. Again, we have, let's see what we have for the volume. So yeah, we have 63K volume, and then on this candle we have, so yeah, I guess it depends where you draw the line, but I called this a 2 candle pullback simply because, you know, it depends where you put the line. This kind of candle didn't necessarily touch it really, but again, you know, when we kind of have this one candle, it kind of retraces, and then another candle kind of come down, you could consider it a 2 candle pullback. It kind of depends on the scenario, but simply because of the fact I like the price action, we had all these green candles, we kind of retested. I would have probably taken this if this was live, if I was trading live at this time. So, you know, you kind of have to sometimes objectively think of the situation and not necessarily, you know, like ask yourself exactly if it fits this specific criteria. Even though you must do that, you can sometimes objectively look at it. And in a scenario like this is something that I would do. You know, this candle doesn't really touch that level if you put it at the bodies right here, at the body of the rejections. And, you know, this level right here kind of served as a really good rejection level. So the worst case scenario, if this comes down below, you stop out like somewhere around this wick, a close below. So, yeah. So I think I have one more area that I wanted to mention, so let's just push through that. So we kind of start moving down right here, very abrupt movements right here. You know, not much continuation whatsoever today. We kind of ranged all day long, kind of range in this level, and then now we're going to come down to another level. I don't know why it's glitching out sometimes, very strange, but we'll see about that. So this was a setup that I think a lot of people often have misconceptions about. We had a very clear support level right here. If we went below this support level, then when we are retesting that level, there has to be nothing in between this previous support and then this resistance that we are looking to have been made. There was way too much going on right here. And because of that fact, you need to be very cautious when you take your patient pot shot trades. We came down right here and we didn't suddenly come back up, which is what I would like to see. What happened was we came down and we chopped around and came up. This is more of a inverse head and shoulders setting us up to the upside with a W shape. This is not a small, nice pullback, which is why taking puts right here would be not something I would recommend. So yeah, that kind of covers the day today. I didn't have a great day today, nor did a lot of people in the group. I found the day to be tough, especially the morning session, which is what me and what I'm trading and what I'm live mentoring throughout the day in the Discord. So again, thank you guys all for watching this video. I hope you guys did enjoy this kind of deep breakdown of SPY today. I decided to bring back the bar by bar recaps, especially today, just to get a little more in depth. If you guys have any questions, I am very happy to respond to them. DM me on Discord after joining the Discord, and comment down below. And obviously, don't forget to like and subscribe if you found some value in this video. But most importantly, try to support me in the Discord, because that's where we're trying to grow the community and hopefully get more input from more people on SPY. So thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Peace out.